Hey one. You guys able to hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Hey Shatvika.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we'll just wait for like in a few minutes. I hear like few others also gonna be joined. We'll wait for a
Yeah.
few minutes. If not, like we'll proceed. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Hey Harish.
Hi.
Hey, I think we can start. Let me I'm the trainer of for Tableau, which I'm gonna take forward, and I have around of 11 years of experience, which I having in corporate, and which working for a lot of projects. This might the short version of my experience. I just want to have you uh, were you guys want to learn Tableau this for your for your career change or to enhance your skill set?
Yes.
I
Hello.
want to enhance my skills, so I just joined the classes.
Okay, perfect. So you have like IT knowledge before, right?
No, I just completed my inter right now and waiting for the JOSA counseling.
Okay,
Hmm.
that's good. Yeah. And how about Harish?
I have completed my BTech in 2013. So till
Okay.
now I had done the marketing jobs. So I'm not having any knowledge on based on the training or software courses. Someone has been suggested me that Tableau will be easy to survive your career. So that's career.
Okay. That's true. If I tell you little bit background about how Tableau and like what is the real world of Tableau, the people are using, you know, the Tableau is it's kind of like a business intelligence tools. I hope you guys know about the business intelligence tools. Like now in the corporate sector, if like everyone talk about data analyst, and they a lot of people about data science and everything, right? And if that is called at the end is it's all relevant to the data, right? And when you see if data is there, how people will understand the data, so a lot of people are doing a lot of data analyst work, a lot of people doing of data science work. And if you understand right, the data science is the one uh, which will be the output of the data science will be always the data, right? And this is where the Tableau is the one which stands in a way of business intelligence tool, which will help the user in a way to understand the data and to take decision out of it. And if you notice a lot of companies which are moving to a direction of digital transformation, and data as a data driven based model. Okay, so because they know data is a very valuable one which they can start digging to the data and take a decision out of the companies. And most of the Tableau dashboards are kind of like a business intelligence tools which will be used by if if you hear from friends, or if you search to the nets, a lot of will be like your business. For example, you are working for one company, and business wants to understand how the company works. Like if they want to understand what is the sales of the company and what is the market, and they can see for example, if they want to launch a one product, right? And they want to see how the product is using in different various region. Okay, and how the company will understand, it's all about by using the data, the company can understand okay, so this product is going in India well, and this product is not going in US. So they can take a decision out of it by using this dashboards. They can increase. Hey Sunita. Yeah. Okay. To increase in a way to see how the data is performing, and they can check okay, this product is good in India and this product is not good in US. So they can take a decision saying is okay, they can go and do a further analysis on why this product is not good in US, and why the product is good in India, and what are the next strategy they can take to increase the sales in US. Or they can't they can come up with saying okay, this product is not using by US people a lot, so they can stop investing in the US for this product, and they can save that money and they can invest in the next R&Ds. Okay, so this this dashboards are really important for the organizations. And that's where if you see about this in the recent days, the recent years, and there is like very huge usage of like Tableau and like a lot of other business intelligence tools into it. Okay, and you guys know like other business intelligence tools are available in the market, like Tableau, Power BI, Domo, and quick sense, ClickView, a lot of tools are available in the market. But when you take like what is the market share of what Tableau has is very huge, like because Tableau is like initially Tableau was launched as a Tableau, it's a different company. Now after it was like acquired by Salesforce. Once Salesforce have acquired this Tableau, right, they can see like very huge scope for Tableau, so that a lot of bigger organizations start using this Tableau as a product. Okay, so that's how this is like very small example of how this business intelligence tools are there, and how this is using in the organization. And mostly this dashboards will be used by as I mentioned, like CEOs, and the vice presidents or directors or like the region heads. This are the like major business stakeholders which this dashboard will help them to understand and take a decision out of it. Okay, and so that's where like that Tableau is sitting on top of like on the data to help the people in a way like to take the decision in a right way. This is like very the very small example of what Tableau has its. And that's I mentioned, right, we have like huge demand in the market for this business intelligence tools for huge scope. Because if you notice, anyway the office will, all the organization will have a data, right? The data is not going to be like if you talk about like next 5 years, of course all the office will generate more data in the next 5 years, right? So when the data based, it's a Tableau, is a tool, so always these tools will be evolved, and it will be like a value added to the organizations. Okay, that's why like the people are more crazy about this Tableau, or like other business intelligence tools they have it. Okay, I'll stop right now before moving to the next one. So until now, like you guys have like any doubt, or do you have do you guys have anything in your mind? You can share. No, you guys are good. Okay, I'll take this. Silence is like there's no question to it. Hope you guys like understand everything. Okay, let's see. It's like as I told, it's like white Tableau. This is one example which I mentioned is like Salesforce is acquired Tableau. And there is a Salesforce, you guys know, right? All the organization using the Salesforce for CRM, and a lot of other a lot of other usabilities are there for Salesforce in the organization. So once Salesforce have acquired Tableau, what they have come up with an idea saying is like they want Tableau to make us a very bigger product compared to what they have right now, and that will solve a lot of use cases in the organizations. Okay, so that's that's why you can see Tableau will release like a lot of new updates on every 6 months, and even less than that. That's where like you can see the difference of what Tableau is like. They're going like a lot of updates. They release like a lot of new features and everything. So that's like the one small case they have it. And other thing which what Tableau has is like Tableau is kind of a tool which will be very easy to the the normal developers. Or I would not say it's like in an easy, easy is not a right word. I would say it's like it's not a difficult. Okay, I will put it in this way. Like if you notice, like if you guys know, like Java or Angular JS or like this type of stuffs, if there is like a lot of algorithms will be there, and you need to sit and code like anything. You need to write like pages of code, right? But here in a Tableau is other ways, like it's all about like how you understand the data, right? And if you understand the data, we can use like a simple logic. And if like the simple logic, like if case, or like some conversion of data modeling, like you want to convert to uppercase, lowercase, or like some kind of like case statement. Okay, these are like very simple algorithm. If that will help to design a dashboard in a very better way, right? This all is a part of the course, we'll see out of it. But what I want to see that show the difference is like when you talk about like Java and Tableau, the learning perspective wise, the Tableau will give like more feature what they already have, and it's kind of like drag and drop options. As I mentioned before, if you want to learn in Java, you need to learn the coding. But if you want to be skilled in Tableau, you need to understand the data. Like if you have understand the data, afterwards, it will be like a pretty easy. You can do like anything what you have it in the in the Tableau dashboards. Okay, so that's how like the Tableau was designed. That's a one of the advantage of what Tableau has it. And it can be used by the various people, because right, they don't want to invest like multiple developers, and to do it. If they invest like in kind of like a knowledgeable people who knows the data, that's enough. They can drive the Tableau dashboards, and they can do this like lot of lot of different new pretty good dashboards what they have. Okay, so that's one of the advantage they have it. And everything is like drag and drop. As I mentioned before, it will be like you need to understand like a bit of very small logics like if case, and while loop and everything. And parallelly you should understand like how this database and SQL, how SQL is like, even as I mentioned like SQL and all, you don't want to do like in a way like set of plenty of SQL queries. No, you should understand like very very pretty simples like I don't know how to use joins, or like how this the select query would work. And this like very simple feature, so that you can develop a dashboard in like very like very less time. That's a whole advantage of what Tableau has it. Okay, let me share the PPT, and before goes let me stop again. And if you guys have any specific questions, I can answer. Do you guys have? Oh, okay, just let me know once you guys are able to see my screen. You guys are able to see my?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Okay, perfect, Haris, thank you. Okay, cool. I'm just giving an introduction in this class. And I'll tell you like how the course structure was formed. And like that we can discuss further on it. Okay, and when you see Tableau, I don't know whether you guys know about like Tableau before, whether guys have read online and Tableau about it, about Tableau, you guys have learned anything on it, or this is the first time like you guys are like you guys know like only the terminology of Tableau?
Yeah, this is first time for me.
Perfect. How about Satvika?
Yeah, it's first time for me.
Perfect. Cool. Okay. As I hope like whatever I told before, like you guys understand, right? And still, if you have like more questions, ask me at any time. And you can stop me at any time too. Okay. So that's where. And when you see like Tableau is like kind of a tool. As I mentioned, it's a business intelligence tool, and they have like various product under in Tableau. Okay, how they have separated the Tableau is in a way like they have put in a way like one is Tableau developer, or one is like Tableau infrastructure. Okay, basically Tableau infrastructure is a guy who will be like owning the server. Okay, I'll tell you like how these products work, and we'll discuss about that. Okay, and whatever I mentioned, this Tableau desktop, right? This Tableau desktop is the one which will be mostly used in our classes. Okay, because this is a desktop. It's kind of a exe file which will allow the system to develop for your Tableau dashboards. Okay, so how the dashboard looks, all this informations like this is the tool. Basically this is a software tool which will allow you to connect with your database and do all your logics there, and create this Tableau dashboards. Okay, and let me ask you a question. Is in like okay, now you guys have created the dashboard. Okay, and how the other user will see it, right? For example, like I'm a Tableau developer. Okay, I have created the dashboard in Tableau. Now I want to share this dashboard to your business, basically to your organization. Like I want to share it to Harish, and I want to share it to Shatvika. Like how I can do it? Thing is that that's where like come into a picture, because I can share this dashboard in a way like I can save as a new file, and I can share to you guys. But if I share that way, you guys need a Tableau desktop to open that file and to view that dashboard. Okay, and if you see in an organization, like there will be like a plenty of folks will be working, right? And we cannot share this dashboard in a mail, or we cannot share put it into a SharePoint, or this will be like very hard, and it will be like plenty of times, when any new updates comes in, we cannot send that update to to the users, right? So this is where that the Tableau server will help you guys. Okay, so what this Tableau server will help you is, once you design your Tableau desktop dashboard, and you will push to a Tableau server. Okay, so Tableau is the Tableau is giving us a two products. One is Tableau desktop, and one is like Tableau server. Tableau desktop, as I mentioned, it's for developers. And once you developed something, and you will push, or like you will put that dashboard into a Tableau server. And what the Tableau server work is like, the Tableau server will be always active by 24/7, so that anytime if the user wants to see the dashboard, they can view by using a simple URL. Okay, what it will do is like, Tableau desktop will push we'll push this dashboard to the Tableau server, and Tableau server will give an URL, and we'll share the URL to the organization folks, and they can access by using the URL in the browser, so that they can view the dashboard. How this will help that their folks is like, at any time when any new changes required. For example, now while you're doing your development, you are adding a filter, like you are adding a country filter now, and you are pushing that country filter, and the certain below some dashboards, and you're pushing to a Tableau server. Now the user will be able to see the country filter and everything. Now you got a new requirements to add a state filter. Okay, now think like, if a Tableau server is not there, you know it will be like a lot of mess up, right? You need to create a new filter called state in the Tableau desktop. Again, you need to share that file to like all the other folks. It will be like a lot of mess up, right? That's a one good advantage of what Tableau server has, is like, you can create a dashboard, again you can push it to the Tableau server. And one advantage they have is like, if you're pushing the same dashboard, the Tableau server URL will not change, so that folks will get like, your organization will get like a real time updates to the dashboards. Okay, so that's the advantage of like, the Tableau server have it. Okay, I can stop right now in this one. Do you guys have doubt between this Tableau desktop and Tableau server?
No, I don't have.
Perfect,
Yeah, I
guys.
don't have any doubts.
Okay, cool. So now, what is the other product called Tableau Online? So now you can ask me like, you told us like, Tableau desktop for developer and Tableau server is there, all good, right? Like, why we need a Tableau Online, So why we need a Tableau Online is, Tableau Online is a word. Basically, now they have changed to a Tableau Cloud, because like we are moving to, if you notice, all the organizations are moving from their own servers to the cloud-based servers, all right? And if you notice, like they have like, Amazon servers, Amazon Cloud, they have like Azure Cloud, and they have a Google Cloud also, right? And the Salesforce want to compete with these guys only on the data analytics perspective. So they have come up with this on like, they have come up with a concept called Tableau Cloud. Okay, basically the Tableau server and Tableau Online, basically the other name is Tableau Cloud for this. This both will do the same set of work. Okay, so thing is that when you're having a Tableau server, your organization is like manually installed this server, and keep that all the CPUs and everything in the organization itself. Okay, it's kind of like how I would say is like, it's kind of like a lot of CPUs. If you see like, a lot of images before, there will be like, there's a big monitor which is sitting in the organization, right? That's where like, Tableau server have it. Okay, to reduce the load of the organization, what they have come up with is like Tableau Cloud. So what this advantage of Tableau Cloud with the organization has is like, see, organization doesn't want to install, or to own the CPUs and everything, so they can directly go to the Tableau Cloud, and they can just get a subscription access, and after that they can push your Tableau desktop to Tableau Cloud. Okay, so as I mentioned before, this Tableau server and Tableau Cloud both are doing the same job. Just as like, when it is a Tableau server, it is installed in your organization, but Tableau Cloud is a, like, as it's a cloud, and we need to get like only the subscription, and you can push your dashboard to it. Okay, at the end, like this also will give the URL for the Tableau dashboard, so that the user can use of it. Okay, and this is like, Tableau Cloud have some advantages, and Tableau Server have like few other advantages they have it. Okay, and one of the Tableau Cloud more advantages on like they would, when the organization using a Tableau Cloud, they doesn't need any support. Okay, all the support or all the maintenance activity will be taken care by the Tableau people itself. Okay, it's not like to own by the organizations. Okay, so when it is like a Tableau server, see, everything is installed in your organization, right? So we should take care of all the maintenance and support and everything. So it's kind of like a one more level of job which they have it. And if you notice in the job market, if you can come across with, there will be an options called Tableau developer as a job description, or sometimes they might ask like Tableau admin. The Tableau admin is the one who will manage, if the organization have Tableau server, the Tableau admin is the one who will manage all the servers. Okay, so that's why you can see this difference between these two. Okay, now do you guys have any doubt between these two?
No.
No, good. Okay, guys. Yeah. And what is the like next product about is like Tableau Reader. Tableau Reader is like the very basic product they have, and it's kind of like a desktop based tool. Okay, and if you're creating a dashboard, and if you are sharing to someone, instead of like they doesn't have a Tableau desktop license, because they might only view the dashboard, or they might not edit the dashboard. So this Tableau Reader will be useful for that user who is just viewing the dashboard. Okay, and it's a free. Tableau Reader is a free. Okay, and you cannot as I say, like a lot of organization is not using this Tableau Reader right for now. Okay, either they'll use Tableau Cloud or Tableau Server, because Tableau Reader is not sync. It's kind of like desktop tool, right? Every time you need to share the file for the Tableau Reader user, and they need to view it. Basically the organization doesn't want this. Okay, so that's like product, but they still have it in a the Tableau suits. Okay, and what is it like other product they have it? Sorry, do you guys have any question?
ఎంతోమంది బాధపడతారు వాళ్ళు మాత్రం ఏ
uh,
రకంగా
who is this? Let me make them put in mute. Oh, I cannot put in this mute. Okay, good guys. Okay, let me share in the slide back. Okay, let's see. It's like what's Tableau Public. Tableau Public is kind of like the free based cloud version of Tableau. Okay, so why they have given a Tableau Public is like for example, like if you guys are student, or if you guys are like you are learning for the first time in Tableau, the Tableau is giving you an advantage of like instead of like getting a Tableau server or Tableau cloud licenses, for your learning purpose you can use Tableau Public to push your dashboards. As I mentioned, this Tableau Public is also a cloud server, but which the Tableau allow for the common users to push their Tableau files, Tableau desktop files, and you can use it for your or like training for for your Tableau desktop, or like Tableau dashboards, how this is going to be work in Tableau Public. Okay, and they have like a very huge community for the Tableau which they're using of Tableau Public. And if you notice, like a lot of people who will be like put their own dashboards into a Tableau Public, and they can be like train on their own models and everything. That's the use of Tableau Public. But when it comes to organization, as I told, these three are like the major tools which will be used by the organizations. Like either Tableau desktop is the major one when it comes to organization. Okay, and either they will use Tableau server, or either they will use a Tableau cloud based on what the need the Tableau has it. Basically that organization has it. Okay, this Tableau suits will help to do it. Okay, as I mentioned, as we are a business intelligence developer, or like Tableau developer, we'll be more concentrated on to a Tableau desktop, because Tableau desktop is the one which will allow you to the software, basically the IDE, which will allow the user to create his own dashboard out of it. Okay, and you can connect to the data, and you can do it. And other advantage of what this Tableau desktop has is like we can connect to hardly like 150 plus data sources to you can connect, and you can get the data from that Tableau, and you can use it for your dashboard perspective. And basically, as I mentioned, it's kind of like data driven aspects. Okay. And now what they have is like there will be like one more product, but I didn't mention here that product because that product will come as a part of like the Tableau server or Tableau cloud, because it's called like Tableau mobile app. Okay. It's kind of like a same, there is no like separate suits need for the Tableau mobile app. You can push like while you're designing a dashboard, you have an feature like you can create a dashboard for only for the mobile applications. Okay. The Tableau will provide that feature. By using that feature, you can push that same dashboard to this Tableau server or Tableau cloud. And there is a mobile app which Tableau has it. You can access that mobile app, and you view their dashboards. Okay. And why I didn't put this in a different suite, because this is not like a different feature. It's just like a same feature which you can adapt to the Tableau mobile also. That's like this is like a product which is available in the market for like Tableau suits. Okay. As I mentioned before, I'm just again telling like as a developer, we'll be like more concentrate onto a Tableau desktop for designing the dashboards for like various data sets. Okay. And Tableau server, as a developer point of view, we will learn like a little bit of like how the Tableau server in a way, like what exactly you need, like once you design your dashboard, how to push the dashboard to the Tableau server, and how you can manage those dashboards for access and everything in the Tableau server. Okay. And only this enough, this is for as a developer. Yes, this is what like more than expected in any of the organizations. Okay. But I can stop here. Do you guys have any question into it? No. Good. And these are all like as I mentioned, right, these are all like certain advantages of what the Tableau has it. Okay. And as I told, like why the Tableau is like used by multiple people, like one is like speed, because the speed of retrieval of data by Tableau is like it's more responsive, and it's like it's more good. That's a way like the Tableau was designed. They have their own algorithm in the backend to take all the data from the data sets, and that will crunch it and make the data to be like very lighter, and to use that into a dashboard, so it will not impact the performance, and it will load fast. That's like one of the advantage of what strength has. As I mentioned before, this ease of use, I told, right, this is kind of a tool which will be like very easy to like drag and drop, and you doesn't need like more level of programming language, doesn't need at all. It's all like very simple to learn and everything. And it's more about like the interactive of dashboards, and and you can make like very interactive dashboards, or like the good aesthetic dashboard by using a Tableau. Okay. And one of the other advantages I mentioned, like you can connect to a 150, even 150 more than databases to for your Tableaus. It contains of Excel sheet, text files, and everything, and plus even to the advanced amount of data sources, like you can connect to Amazon Databricks, and you can connect to Google BigQuery. And these are all like different latest cloud based database data sources you can connect directly from Tableau. Okay. So this is all like the very good of strength of what Tableau has is. Okay. And if you notice, like as I told, like you can easily like publish to the Tableau server. It's kind of like 2 or 3 clicks we need to push your dashboard to this Tableau server. Okay. And this is like all the strengths we have it, like of Tableau. Like every strength, all the tools have both strength and weakness, right? How we want to use the tool in the organizations. Okay. One of the major disadvantage of what Tableau has is like they don't have direct predictive analytical capabilities into the Tableau. What that mean is like they didn't fully integrate the data science aspects into Tableau. Instead, what they have provided is like they have an open the feature of integrating a Python or R from the data science model to integrate it directly, so that they can get use of this data science once. Okay, but still the Tableaus are working in, and Tableau, there is another tool called Tableau CRM. That tool is like kind of which will help. Basically the Tableau ancient analytics is a tool which will help to get this predictive analytics model. But the Tableau have gonna come up with an option to integrate both the Einstein analytics and Tableau. Once that is done, we can able to do the predictive analytics capabilities in Tableau. For now, whatever this Tableau desktop, what they have is like it doesn't have like in that level of feature what they have it. Okay, and let move to this as I mentioned, like maybe I can move to this the slide, first slide which I mentioned. I didn't mention like what are the license cost, what they have it, right? And when you notice like a tablet desktop, and tablet desktop is licensed, and it will be based on the user based license. Okay, and when we are using for training, we can get a two ways we have. One, Tableau desktop is like 14 days trial version which we have it. Okay, either we can use that in our end of the class once we have done everything, and we can use it end of our class for this Tableau 14 days trial versions. Or if you guys know like any of our any of you are having like student ID card, you can get like Tableau student license that is like a 1 year valid. Okay, so that you can use this like all the Tableau desktop features what they have with the student licenses. Okay, so that's like two ways we can get it. Okay, and one other one is like Tableau server and Tableau cloud, both are cost. It depends on like what is your exact package which the organization is looking for. Okay, so this how this these two are there. And as I mentioned, like Tableau reader is free and Tableau public is free. But why the organization is not going for Tableau public? Because as I told, is like it's all like a just for your learning experience. Okay, for the Tableau public, because whatever the dashboard which you're pushing to the Tableau public, it will be available to all the users who's in Tableau public. Whoever using this Tableau public, they can able to view this dashboard which you're putting into it. Like, so it will impact the security reasons, right? So that's why organization will not go to this, organization will not go to this Tableau reader. Always they'll go to use the Tableau desktop on either Tableau server or Tableau online, because when you are purchasing a license, it will be like a more secure, and all the data which will also be like more secured in a secured platform. That's how this was this license will work for this Tableaus. Okay, cool. I'll stop here. Do you guys have any question? Okay, if not, good. I can move forward with like how our Tableau course was structured, and what are the features we are gonna like see as a part of the Tableau structure. I can show you guys like, if you see, these is like the Tableau course contents what we have. Okay, and this will be like part of the course which you have it. Okay, and if you see like most of the things will be like first you can see this how this Tableau introductions. Okay, and what all the Tableau components we have. That's what like we have seen today, like what are the Tableau components we have, how this Tableau components is working. Okay, and if you see like there is like Tableau extensions which is all available. I mean, I don't want to confuse guys with this, because it will be like easy concept. Like while you're going through the course, you can understand like what is mean by extensions. It's like a saving the file in a different format, and while you're saving the file, Tableau file in a different format, there is a certain meanings which is attached to this file formats. Okay, that's how this that was like put in a way. And you can say is like how to use the dashboards, and how to use the workbook, and what sheet and what is workbook and what is dashboards and what is stories. Okay, these are all the aspects which Tableau provides. Okay, when you see, if I can show this how the Tableau dashboard looks, and how that sheet was developed, and how the dashboard was also going. And some of the features like how you're going to dashboards, like how this course structure was formed in a way like it will tell like what all the Tableau features are available, and it will given like how you can use the Tableau features for your real-time assignments. Okay, and that's how like all this was component was designed in a way. Okay, so if you notice like other aspects is like cosmetics, right? And your dashboard should look aesthetic, right? And if you notice like Amazon app, Flipkart app, they'll spend like most of time to try to show like how they can go with the user behaviors, right? And that will applicable to the dashboard also. And if you have like a very good quality of data in the dashboard, but if your aesthetic is not good, and if you are not achieving the user behaviors, of course the user is not going to be use your dashboard. Okay, so this is the two concepts we try to like put into our course structure to understand like how to make a very good data put into a Tableau dashboard that will help the you know organization for the data driven. And the same time how the aesthetic and the user behavior will help the user to use the dashboard to get like get used to it. Okay, so that's like this is two major component we want to like achieve in this the courses. Okay, and let's see like these are all the features like data connection and Tableau interfaces. We can see like how to connect Excel data sources, at the same time like how to connect like some of like SQL data sources which will help them in real organizations. And as I mentioned like the joints, I know there is like SQL there is a joints, and that is you, if you guys know the joints in SQL, it is pretty good. If not, anyway we are going to learn as a part of this course for the Tableaus. That will help in a way like if you learn the joins, join is a concept, right? And you can use that in SQL, at the same time you can use that in Tableau. Okay, because it's kind of like a one single concept to help like both the SQL and the Tableau sites. Okay, and the data blending in Tableau, and what are the different charts are available, and what are the maps, and what is a filter, and what are the types you have it, and parameters, groups, sets. And as I mentioned, right, some of the calculator fields which you need to use to make your dashboard to be a more data which have like a data driven approach. We need to learn like some simple concepts of calculations, right? As I told, like one is like if case or if else loop like that. And some of the calculators fields which we need to convert the date formats, because every time you cannot expect the format of the data will always looks good. Okay, sometime like when you are getting the data from a, like different perspectives, that data might contains like a lot of irrelevant data formats, right? So how you can handle that information in the Tableau, that's where like if you noticed, the calculator fields will help in a way for the users or like for the developers to make the data in a way like what how exactly they want it. Okay, so to get that one, we need like simple calculation to do it. Okay, so that's where like calculator fields will help you guys. And how to put your trend analysis. Okay, and the forecasting and reference time, these are all like features they have it. Okay, and annotations. And if you see like what is the difference between aggregations and disaggregations, and page help, drop lines, actions in Tableaus. And this is the one of the major usually like what is the expectation of actions in a Tableau, right? If you have like a multiple dashboards you created, how you will integrate these two dashboards into a single dashboard. For example, like when the user is landing in a one single dashboard, and the user wants to navigate to the other dashboard from that particular dashboard, how the user will do it. These are all the features like action is one of the feature which will help that to build that actions into a Tableau dashboard for you guys, so that that will help the user in a way like as I told, right? It's kind of like a customer behaviors, right? So it will help that way to easily navigate from one dashboard to the other dashboard by the users. Okay, and how you maintain the hierarchies and everything. So these are all like topics which we will be covered as a part of as a Tableau. Okay, because these are all like I would say is like all the topics if you guys learn, you'll be like pro in a Tableau developer. Okay, at the time like once you guys learn this, and you can be able to create your own dashboards on your own, because you guys knows how to achieve the customer behavior and how to get the data to the Tableau dashboards. Okay, and this how like it was the course structure was designed. Let me stop here, and I can ask like, do you guys have any question?
Yeah, sorry for interrupting.
No worries.
Yeah, sorry, this is the first class or this is the second class?
This is the first introduction class actually what we have it.
Okay, what is the duration of this course? May I know?
Sorry.
Yeah, how the duration of this course?
Duration of the course is like it is a 45 days course. Okay, and it will be like a 1 hour session. Based on the class we can take it.
So, how to practice this for the?
How to sorry, can you please repeat? Your voice is like bit low.
Sorry, how we can practice this Tableau further?
The practice in a Tableau, if you notice if I see like that is while you're doing the courses, we'll go with like different data sources. Okay, for example, like Tableau has like a lot of free different sources they have it, and we can also from we can provide like other different data sources also. Once you finish this, you can take the new data sources and you can start creating the Tableau dashboards. Okay, so that's how this the course will be planned. It's not like we'll be like taking like a only one data sources. No, we'll be like taking like one data source from like sales and one data source from marketing, and from there like you guys can practice. As I mentioned before, like if you guys need to install a Tableau desktop, okay, as I told, there's a two options we have. One is like Tableau desktop is like in a 40 days trial version. Okay, that you can use of it. Might be like once we learned all this the basic ones, and you can at the end like we can go and do this all this Tableau dashboard aspects. Okay, and if not, and if you guys knows like any of your colleagues or like any of your relations which they are a student, and if you can get a student license that is free. Student license is like free, and we can help. If you have like student ID card, we can help you guys like how to get the student license, and that will be like a 1 year free, and you can use like all the features of what Tableau desktop provides.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Actually, you already explained that, but I
Yeah,
missed that one. Yeah.
no
Okay.
worries.
Thanks for the clarification.
Cool. Okay, let me stop here, and let if I can take like any questions from here. No, you don't. You guys doesn't have any questions? Good. I think I can stop it here, the session. And as you guys have this course structure with you guys, if not, like let me know. I can share this. The team can share this, course structure with you guys, and you can whatever I showed, that's a course structure. But you can also keep it handy if you guys need anything. Good. If you guys doesn't have any question, maybe I can stop it here, and we can plan accordingly based on your feedbacks. Cool guys. Okay. uh, thank you for time, and we'll meet
Yeah.
soon.
Thank you too.
Yeah,
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you.